Racing to the 2021 Breeders' Cup, and this time we go to the city of brotherly love, actually Bensalem, Pennsylvania, for the Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby. This drew a 10-horse field. They drew it on Monday, and the race is coming up on Saturday, all part of a jam-packed card at Parks. It's that one day a year that everybody loves to complain about the takeout at Parks, but let's take a look at this field. It did draw some heavy hitters in the 3-year-old division. This is their last chance to take on just 3-year-olds in a major Grade 1 before they have to start facing older horses. And it's a solid overall race. What I like about it is that we've got some speed horses. We've got some horses that can come just a little bit off the pace. And then we got a couple of new shooters rising up in class. We'll talk about them in just a moment, but you're going to have to talk with the big three to start off this race class-wise, and that's Hot Rod Charlie, Medina Spirit, and Midnight Bourbon. Now, Hot Rod Charlie, he is still looking for that first Grade 1 victory. Medina Spirit, at the time we record this, he is still the 2021 Kentucky Derby winner. And Midnight Bourbon, he has danced all the dances. He has ran in the Kentucky Derby, set the pace in the Preakness, ran second in the Travers Stakes. He fell down in between all of that at the Haskell in the War at the Shore, and Midnight Bourbon with a long campaign this year. Now, Hot Rod Charlie, you know, he's working forwardly, 7 furlongs and 124 and 2 last Friday. He continues to train well. Now he's got a ship in. Medina Spirit's in the same boat. He's been working over that out west, been working out the Del Mar surface, now going to ship east to Philadelphia Parks. One of the things you have to consider is that sometimes on this day in the past, the track does get a little bit biased. I've seen years where it's all inside speed, and then I've seen years where it's just all closers. It's very slow, a very demanding surface. So you can get some unusual results in the Pennsylvania Derby. Bob Baffert has had good luck sending some of his horses here, so I think Medina Spirit's going to take a long look in this race. But Hot Rod Charlie, he won the Louisiana Derby, 3rd in the Kentucky Derby, 2nd in the Belmont Stakes with a very high Brisnet speed figure in that race. And then last time out at Monmouth, in the Haskell, he won that race but was disqualified when he clipped heels with Midnight Bourbon, kind of came in. That was kind of a controversial decision. Mandaloon and Hot Rod Charlie were both kind of fighting for position, and it just looks like Hot Rod Charlie was taken down there. Now, when you take a look at some of the other horses in this race, Medina Spirit, again, a lot of controversy. To borrow a line from Slapshot, boy, what a trying 3-year-old sophomore season that Medina Spirit has had. What? With the litigation, the notoriety, his subsequent deportation to Canada, and that country's refusal to admit him, why, that's more than most 3-year-olds can handle. Yes, Medina Spirit has had quite the campaign, maybe not the deportation to Canada, but the social media boards have been lit up all summer. Should he or should he not be the 2021 Kentucky Derby winner? We've heard everything from grooms pissing in stalls all the way to rubbing ointment on his ass from a rash earlier this year. We'll see how that shakes out. He did win his most recent race over Rock Your World in the Shared Belief Stakes. Now, that was kind of a 2-horse race, and he got the jump, and he went on to victory. Rock Your World goes back to the turf, and Medina Spirit ships cross country to take on the big boys. Now you've got Midnight Bourbon, another one with a tough campaign, ran in all the races in Louisiana in the spring, ran evenly in the Kentucky Derby with a wide trip, had a wide all the way around. I think a lot of people overlooked that. Then he was kind of the speed of the speed in the Preakness, showed speed, got kind of burned into the ground by Medina Spirit. Him and Medina Spirit went at it, and that really just set it up for Rombauer to come off the pace in the Preakness Stakes. Now in the Haskell, he had the lead in that race, had to deal with Following C, who was stretching out. But what happened was he kind of just lost the lead. He still seemed to be running late in that race, but I don't think he was going to come back and get either Mandaloon or Hot Rod Charlie. But by him falling down, that ended up costing Hot Rod Charlie the win, who barely won over Mandaloon. Mandaloon was put up by disqualification. Then Midnight Bourbon goes to the Travers Stakes, tried to paint the canoe, led all the way around. Again, not a lot of speed in that race. He set the fractions that day and held second to Essential Quality, who's probably the most likely division leader after his victories in the Jim Dandy, along with the Travers and the Belmont Stakes. So Midnight Bourbon definitely has the speed to contend. Pace of the race, I think it goes like this. You got Medina Spirit, who does his best running on the front end. He's also up there with Midnight Bourbon. Now, fractions-wise and pace-wise, Medina Spirit looks like the horse that can withstand the stronger, faster fractions. But Midnight Bourbon, when he is allowed to be on the front end, he runs well as well. So which of these jockeys goes, which of these ones takes back, that could be determined which of those horses runs better in this spot. Speaker's Corner, going to stretch out from 7 furlongs, a 102 Brisnet the last time out. Hot Rod Charlie has come off the pace, and that could prove to be beneficial here in this race in the Pennsylvania Derby. Folsom most likely going to come from behind. Now the key question, can Medina Spirit take the pressure on the front end? Hot Rod Charlie still looking for that first grade 1. Midnight Bourbon got to bounce back off a big effort in the Travers. That was 1.25 miles. This is 1.125 miles. But Midnight Bourbon also, remember, he fell down in the Haskell. I just don't know if I want him at too low of a price, and he's 7-2 on the morning line. Meanwhile, Speaker's Corner goes up in class after a big victory the last time out. Weyburn, a long time ago, he won the Gotham. He lost in the Jim Dandy. Now he goes here into this race off a good string of workouts in this race. Overall, I think this is a race. It's going to be a very tactical race run by the jockeys. I think whoever gets the lead between Medina Spirit and Midnight Bourbon could take them a long way. I want to go with an upset. I do not want Midnight Bourbon at too low of a price. I have no idea what to do with Medina Spirit, but I think Weyburn's going to run well, and I think he's the key to the exacta, trifecta, superfecta. 20-1 on the morning line. I'm going to go with Weyburn as my winner. And the exacta going to round it out with Hot Rod Charlie and Speaker's Corner. If you like Hot Rod Charlie, I definitely would play him over Weyburn and Speaker's Corner. I think some of these horses have had long campaigns, and maybe the new shooters could strike up here. I'm going Weyburn over Hot Rod Charlie in the 2021 Pennsylvania Derby.